Hold your horses. Actually, there's no more holding our
Hmm.
horses. Welcome back to the channel, Gods and Goddesses in Training. Welcome back.
Yo.
I hope y'all can hear me. I have a bit of a nasally sinus issue, and Ryan G's on the other side. I think he's doing more better than I am actually for a change.
Don't
Let's
don't
not
give me
compare
hope, man.
timelines. Okay, yeah.
Now
All right.
let's because I am in a colder climate, and I believe in about a week, we're gonna hit freezing temperatures again. So
Right.
it's gonna be fun while it lasts. Anyway, today's topic will be about preparing for the horse year. Um, it's going to be an interesting one as the snake year has been a lot about, shedding baggage,
Mm.
removing things that no longer serve you in many ways. On my end, it would be almost a combination of um, tanking certain guides that I've worked with, cutting off friends that just don't vibe with me anymore, and just in a large way, kicking the habit of lust and then having a stronger understanding of it. Now, with that, it's now going to be about how I will be preparing for the horse year. What about yourself, Sumit?
Yeah, I mean that whole triad that we worked with Steiner's triad that we worked with when we were in Sedona. I think that's really relevant right now because
Ah, that's what you meant. Yeah,
that's what the state of humanity right now is basically pretty much Luciferic Ahrimanic, right? Like
right.
people who are inflating their egos with selfish glow on one side of the spectrum, on the other side we have cold mechanization, just like
Hmm.
pure machine mind. And if we hold the middle path and we hold that Christ Venus love path, I've noticed that's
Hmm.
the biggest grenade that you could just throw in the astral that just completely
Right.
dissolves these beings because they cannot even fathom that level of unconditional love. So
Mm.
when you give them that, they kind of freak out, sort of like Scooby Doo, you know? Oh? They go from this mean, tough predator to a whimpering small child. And it's very interesting because once you can hold that, the energetics of that love and light energy, like through your chi, through your aura, through
Hmm.
how you move in the astral, through your Merkaba field and so forth. And yeah, so we're just going to give you guys some protocols for this horse year and
Hmm.
stay
Hmm.
away from, transhumanism because that is the end game. Um, but we are essentially just, if you don't notice the war, you're already being guided by it, through numbness, dopamine traps, and stuff like this, like shadow thinking. So
Mm.
they're entering through our mental world, right? So
Right.
that's what we have to, yeah, start to clear and clean. Yeah.
Mm. Mm. You said something about holding that energy. How would you define this energy?
Well, it's not passivity. It's a feeling of like you're recruited. Um,
Mm.
so it's a consciousness, gratitude, heart warmth, and courage all together. So it's either you stay living or you get mechanized and hypnotized, outsourced, right? So
Oh,
I
so
think,
basically either you choose or it's going to be chosen for you.
yeah, so there are three
Right.
fronts, like the attention, your nervous system, and your identity. And
Hmm.
we train those three in Primal Sutra like a martial art, right? We train
Correct.
our attention, we train our nervous system, natural grounding, and so forth, and we train the identity or the archetypes we're working with each month.
Yeah.
So we
So
basically have those three sorted already. Yeah.
fair
Go
enough.
ahead.
So then out of curiosity, and this is less me as a podcaster, but mostly just pure curiosity.
Yeah.
How then does the jester archetype prepare one for the coming year? You
Mm,
know what I mean?
totally. And I think, well, something very interesting that one of our adepts posted, the Mathis. He said the trickster is the forerunner of the savior. This is a Carl Jung quote. He is both
Mm,
subhuman and superhuman, a bestial and divine being whose chief and most alarming characteristic is his unconsciousness. So we have to really be able to protect our subconscious minds so it does not get reprogrammed into their narrative, essentially. So we have to stay very mentally sharp. And flow training gets you there, but there's other things that you guys can obviously do. Some of the things that the Nexus recommends is, well, four things technically. So one is work with the spine this new year because the spinal undulations are going to unlock something immense for a lot of us adepts. Even if you're
mm,
not on adept, if you're just on this path, you're still going to get value from these downloads. So spinal undulations, maybe thrice a week, something like this. Keep it consistent and daily tapping or self massage is going to be needed. Um, Basically the qigong or esoterically is called waking up the dragon, right? Along the meridians. So just
mm,
by getting the blood flow back into the body is already going to help be here, be now, be embodied. So
mm.
that's going to be really key and important. And then finally, I would say the breath of light. Now, I've shared the breath of light a little while back, but all you're basically doing is taking micro inhales 7 times through each of your chakras. So each second is a chakra cleanup. So it's like a, and then let go of all of the chakra stress, right? So it's just a quick breath, and you can just do this anytime, anywhere, and it'll make you more alert. Basically, you're recharging the nervous system without overwhelming it, right? So instead of one big gulp of air, which can create a lot of tension, you're stacking the inhales, which wakes the brain up and keeps the body calm at the same time. So it's good for Primal Sutra.
I see. So then, should then the exhale be longer than the inhale, or
Yeah, that's if you
okay?
want to really calm, like if you want to enter a parasympathetic state, that's what you would do
Mm,
is longer exhales than inhales, yeah.
I
But if you
understand.
want to energize, then it would be short and sharp, yeah.
I see. I see. Which is good because, we are coming to the end of Snake Year. If it feels
Yeah.
heavy to you, these are just the
Yeah.
final, pieces of baggage that need to be cleaned up. So,
Oh yeah. But let's talk about
yeah.
actually like what we should avoid in this coming year because I think we
Mm,
know like what we're looking forward to, but I think there's a lot of things that if we know that okay, these are pitfalls, these are like dead ends or like red flags,
mm.
then that could maybe help the audience. Anything
If,
immediately coming up for you?
well, the theme of the horse year will be about the brave and the bold,
Mhm.
right? The only shadow, well, the shadow that I see regarding that is to be overly brave and, go so completely off the path that you can handle that you end up crashing, or you
Yeah.
undershoot and, risk not getting your potential.
Hmm.
So does making a healthy calculation based on your current abilities is a smart move.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. That's my opinion.
I would say too many techniques. Like if you're
Mm,
using too many tools, it's just going to leave you scattered. So choose your favorites each month, maybe top two, top three. And
and just master it.
yeah, and we have to get over this kind of like purification kink of constant cleansing obsession. You know, it's
Mm,
kind of like similarly like OCD or something, but in the spiritual context, like, oh, I haven't saged properly, or like getting rid of that narrative because that creates more fear. That creates it digs into the fear narrative way more, right? So those people are a little bit compromised, I think, who are overdoing the protection. A little bit of protection here and there is a good charge up. You know, I would
mm,
say skipping the body work but doing more energy work will be dangerous. focus on the body first.
Right, which relates again to the spinal topic.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting.
And if you want to get really nerdy about the spinal stuff, right? I don't know if you do, um, but I've been doing some research into the spinal stuff, and what I
That's it.
found is like the spine is the interface where biology, electricity, and consciousness are all tied together, right? So it's like
Mm,
the axis mundi, like the center of the universe type of thing, like the living shushumna, right? So the fire, the will, the water, the emotion, the air, the
mm,
mind, and then it like prevents energy from crystallizing into knots, right? That turn power into compulsion. So these spinal waves or undulations, how you're doing them,
hmm.
they're basically hydrating your intravertebral discs. So you're creating more CNS fluid and stuff. And basically, you're like at a very oscillatory level, you
Hmm.
are like introducing a phase coherence into your nervous system. So that means like your brain and body are going to start speaking in the same frequency language instead of competing clocks. So a
Right.
still spine hoards charge and it sometimes leaks it as anxiety or libido spiking, but a moving spine will circulate that charge into usable agency. So that's why serious like shamanic or yogic they always had a somatic lineage. They always had a body practice somewhere,
Mm,
including maybe sneaking in spinal waves in there somewhere. I'm not too sure. But turning the raw voltage into an intelligence and then intelligence into a choice that we can make. S pine, the serpent pine cone. Ooh, I like
mm,
that. I love wordplay like that, Dorji will. Uh, Pineal gland, pine cone. Yes, pineal in the Bible, right? As well. Jacob's ladder. Let's go. Okay. Yeah, we could go all day on these codes.
mm,
Hey there, Ellie. Mathis has a comment.
mm.
Can you read that out, brother?
Which one? Practical heroes karmas all day in life.
The one where it's like potential or something.
Oh, right. So basically, made a formula, potential leads to
It's greater
presence, leads
than.
to power,
Oh, leads to. Okay. Yeah.
right? Power equals self-regulation,
Yeah.
trust of self-development, self-empowerment, less is more, fair.
Mm,
CSF, I am presence, conductor, but that's very deep. So in
mm,
essence, focus on pure fundamentals, be present, and get whatever get whatever job done. That's what you're saying,
yeah.
right, Montes? Anyway.
Pretty much. Yeah, and I think like for astral attacks, like honestly, don't look too deep into fear because that's what feeds it. So when consciousness collapses into a panic, then your agency drops, and that's when these kind of spirits can take over. But a calm nervous system is way stronger than any protection ritual known to mankind, right? So just calm your nervous system, and that will be an automatic protection against these lower astral beings that are trying to like bleed through into this timeline.
Yeah.
But as we stay very spiritually sharp, um, we're gonna carry the charge in our voice.
Hmm.
We're gonna carry the code in our will, right? In our will and in our state, which is greater than language. Words are secondary in this timeline, new timeline that's coming up. So yeah,
So then to
higher
summarize,
coherence
so then to
dissolves
summarize,
lower
it would
chaos.
then
Yeah,
be um, making sure you're calm, making sure you then do the breath work that you need to do to make sure that, especially with your morning or evening routines, that you have your mental health handled, combined
yeah,
with your spiritual health, and focusing on the pure fundamentals of your spiritual practice, whatever that may be. It's the same thing as, if I want big muscles, I focus on pure fundamental movements and allowing the muscle to grow. You were saying something about a heart-mind coherence, Sumit?
yeah. So higher coherence dissolves lower
Yeah.
chaos.
Mm,
So a strong, coherent identity state interrupts fragmented fear loops. So fear, like power, isn't just fighting; it's outgrowing the bandwidth of the disturbance, right? So you
mm,
have to basically like integrate because that makes you free from all of this
mm,
stuff. And then attacks also increase when someone stabilizes. So in a certain way, when identity upgrades, old patterns spike before dissolving. So resistance doesn't necessarily mean you're targeted. It means that an old pattern might be dying inside you, and you're just witnessing that resistance or that
mm,
release. So yeah,
mm.
grounding and return, return to the body. The body is not lower in Primal Sutra, it's actually the anchor to our sovereignty. So
Right, every ship
don't
needs
try
an
to
anchor.
escape the body or I mean, I've gone out of body, it's fun or whatever, but I really love the human body. I think I was chosen here to be incarnational and not ethereal. A lot of people are here for just their ether energies or their um, mental energies. A lot of people are here for just that. So that's why you can read like a book from somebody that you look at him, he's like, oh, he's an average dude, but his book is like mind blowing, right?
Mm,
Like Napoleon Hill is an example, but like you'd look at that guy and just be like, oh, he's just an average dude, but then his ideas and
mm,
concepts, right? And so, yeah, that's kind of what Primal Sutra keeps is the nervous system mastery stuff and service over ego drama always. Um, yeah,
yeah, choose
yeah.
peace over bullshit.
Yes, absolutely. Oh my God. Will, I was just thinking about this today. When obstacles are seen as signs of accomplishment, difficulties become the path. Yep.
Mm,
Oh
I like
man.
that.
Yeah, man, and that's the entire code right there is whatever comes up in this fire horse here, we will use and integrate to better ourselves. Like no matter what, right?
Mm,
Like even if it's negative, we are alchemists, so we are trained for this. So, yeah, overwhelm your enemies with love. I have nothing bad to say about them. They're just playing their role in this universal movie
mm,
and I'm playing mine, right? The greatest story ever told, which is, our all our collective journeys meeting as one. Through a lot of trips throughout my life, I've reached that conclusion. This is the greatest story ever told, which is your life. So
mm.
don't take it for granted. Don't be like, oh yeah, it's just my body. I'm growing old anyway. Don't get into that, pessimistic or that existential dread
Right.
mindset. Like keep yourself alive through this process because yeah, all the stuff we're teaching is all about aliveness and creating legacy. And we are very anti-death, let's just say, or death energies, let's just say, because
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just to be clear, we're very anti-death cult. I
mhm,
do believe that the natural death is part of the course of life. That there cannot be one without the other. Um, that being said, everything that everything that we've discussed in this podcast episode, write it down. See if you can figure out a framework that you can now apply to um, the general theme of your road mapping of next year. Because everything that we've discussed, that you're going to have to do it anyway. Making sure the nervous system is calm, making sure you have your ducks in an order, right?
yeah.
And
And
I'm,
also like
mhm,
we're dropping some major narratives in this fire horse here. So I think the martyr narratives are going to die. The spiritual hero savior complex is going to die away. There's going to be a lot of narrow like breaking of old identities into newer
mm,
timelines. So yeah, well, we're spiritually strapped as Primal Sutra, so we're not even
naturally.
that, stressing it. Uh, yeah, but here we
Okay.
are. And the tapping I was gonna say, Ryan, like
Hmm.
for the tapping, like if you're tapping, it knocks the dust out of the system in a certain way, right?
Mm,
Like massaging yourself plugs you back into yourself.
makes sense.
So yeah, that's why we're really recommending it.
So a message from Will on Zoom. Acknowledging impermanence is the first stage of preliminary practices as well. When we have right relationship with death, recognizing we only have so much time, we take advantage of every moment in life rather than assuming in time it will just pass. I like
Mm,
that. Memento mori. Know that you will die. One day
mm.
I will die. Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing about it is memento mori and amor fati, right? Because like you have to still be
Right,
like, I
right.
love this life because I chose it. Like this is my process. Like even if this stuff is happening, it's still my movie, right? Like I'm still like the more you can get in back into creator consciousness, um, from the victim mind, like I think we have to really train that over the years,
Hmm.
right? Like we have to really like hardwire that in like super young for ourselves. Like I remember doing it in my teenage years, in college and stuff, like rewiring my mind. Nobody else was doing that stuff. Just going to college, have some
Hmm.
drinks, go out. Like I was fucking experimenting scientifically on my mind, bro. Like where all these other students are just there like zombies, like just going to class.
Hmm.
So when you give yourself a purpose and a drive, like your mission starts to fit into the right puzzle pieces almost in a sense. So every problem is an initiation, right? As we learned from one of our deities.
Yeah.
So yeah, no matter what, it's like it's all evolutionary fuel.
Mm, it all is. It all is.
Mm,
Because that's kind of what our ancestors went through, right? Without my ancestors taking a boat and taking a chance to go to South America and becoming people of the Caribbean, so to speak, um, they would not have evolved past certain colonial barriers. They decided to take that
yeah,
risk and become part of a different land. And that's kind of what we're doing too. We're taking risk now. Neither Sumit nor I know where we're headed yet this year, and I'm very excited to find out the moment the 17th of February passes. So whatever
oh
I'm
yeah,
going to do, seeing how we're entering the final few minutes of this podcast, is any fundamental things that worked for me the last 5 years. Let's bring it back to the fundamental things that really empowered or empower me
yeah.
still, you know? Yeah. What about yourself, Sumit?
Yeah, I think not obsessing over different like plot lines and entities this year, just like tracking the outcomes and creating more spiritual power, like
Mm,
consistently. So yeah, that's the mission right now. Is it's not just spiritual warfare, it's nervous system mastery. That's like returning to our center, our pure awareness. That's
right.
gonna be the mission this
Because if you
upcoming
panic, you
momentum
leave
year.
yourself open, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Mm.
exactly.
Amatis has a funny comment. Your body wouldn't be here if your parents didn't do the deeds. Fair enough. Um, a comment from Doja Will on Zoom.
Mm,
Darkness is the initiatory force of the universe. Love is the evolutionary. In
mm,
this realm of infinite questions, the only answer is love. Love is the life force creation of creation itself. Darkness is the breeding
mm,
ground. This is a pad of the blazing stallion. I like that. I like that. I'm gonna take a
mm.
snippet of this one. I like that.
No more holding your horses, guys. Let's go.
No more holding your
Upward
hosers.
spiral gang. Yep, let's get it.
Yeah, is this our outro?
Yeah,
Yeah, fair enough.
guess so.
Good morning, good evening, good night. May life never be the same again. May whatever
What's
horses
up?
that you decide to ride next year be ablaze.
Mm.
And until
Yeehaw.
next time.
Yeah, let's go. Upward spiral. Thank you guys. Peace. Make sure you hit that subscribe button too. Okay, I see you guys. Some of you are skipping that.